Welcome everyone who is joining me live. Welcome. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for watching this. I'm clinical hypnotherapist Stephanie Conkle. And have you ever done something where you thought you knew how to do a certain thing or a task, and then it turns out that maybe you needed a little more help? Maybe you didn't understand it fully. Let me go back and explain a little bit using this metaphor. So I thought I knew how to bake cakes. Okay. I had a recipe. I could follow the recipe. I took home ec in school, and I can make a cake. It's not the most beautiful cake. I can sort of follow the instructions and sort of make it. Sometimes it comes out just fantastic, and sometimes it doesn't. But where I was having trouble was when I had to make a tall cake, and so I had to stack the cakes. I had to stack the right, um, and and so I would stack them, and then I would start to put some icing on it, and I would try to decorate the cake, but the cake was just looking terrible because they did not like the two cake sponges did not cushion in well together. And I remember doing, several dozen of these, and every time it just looked horrible. I'm like, why is this not working? Then later on, I thought, well, what if I just take a big knife and I just cut off the bottom part of the sponge so that it can just lay down smoothly on, so the top sponge can lay down smoothly on the bottom sponge. And so I did that, and it created a mess, created a huge mess, but it worked okay. And then I decorated it, and it was better. It was definitely better when I did it that way. My cakes did look better, but it was hard. It was time consuming to have to cut off the bottom of the sponge before I laid it on top. Um, but then one day, my daughter was watching a YouTube video, and on the YouTube video, they took the sponges out of the oven, and all they did was they turned them upside down, and they just stacked them on top of each other. They didn't make a big mess trying to cut into them. They just stacked them. And now all of a sudden, the cake tower was perfectly even, and you can you could decorate it, and put the icing on and everything just fell into place, and it was just that easy. So I think of myself as that little help that you need in your hypnosis training. So many of us have been taught by so many different schools of hypnosis, and even the word hypnosis has not been properly defined. There's not a consensus even on the definition of hypnosis. And now we've got new schools of thought saying that that hypnosis doesn't even exist, or depth of trance doesn't even exist, or what have you. Somnambulism doesn't exist, right? And it just gets real confusing. So who do you believe, and who do you follow, and how do you know what to do? And I think that you know, I think this sort of pushes the new people learning hypnosis away, because there's just so much information out there, and it's paradoxical, it's conflicting. Um, and even though you may have learned hypnosis or hypnotherapy, and you may have been practicing for a long time, there's, probably some of you, or a lot of you, are still, cutting the end off of the sponge to try to make it fit, right? And all you needed to know was that all you had to do was simply turn the cake over, and it would work. But you need to know that, and to begin with, in order for it to work for you, to be simple for you. So that's what I do. I help fill in those gaps that may be missing out of your hypnosis or your hypnotherapy training. So if you go on over to stephanieconkle.com, I have lots of training videos. I have some free videos, and then I have some that you need to invest in a little bit. But that is what I help you do. Now, I know most people know me for my profound somnambulism protocol, which is an amazing protocol, and I definitely encourage you guys to look into it. But my mission is more than that. My mission is really to help hypnotherapists to do their hypnotic skills much easier and more effective. Because every time you go into a session, I want you to walk away from that session feeling like you just did the best session ever. You know for sure that your client did get the change work that they needed, and that they are getting or have gotten the results by or before they leave the session. I want every single session to feel like a success for you. And so I know how to help you do that. So check me out at stephanieconkle.com. You can also follow me on Facebook. I have a group called Profound Somnambulism and Beyond, which is free for all practicing hypnotherapists or hypnotists. If you're a stage hypnotist, you may join if you also do hypnotherapy or clinical hypnosis type of work. And then I've got the secret groups for my students who belong to the Profound Somnambulism, who have taken the Profound Somnambulism course. So look for me there. Again, I'm Stephanie Conkle, and feel free to follow me on Facebook, text me, and go over to stephanieconkle.com. Check out my videos. I am going to help you succeed. Thanks. Bye.